So I call myself Sober Stoner Steve because I'm a stoner, and I've gotten sober. It's been 18 days since I smoked a joint, and the goal of my channel is not to have views. Um, Although I'd love it for it to make thousands of dollars like anyone else would, but it is really a channel that I have to share my emotions, my feelings. Yep, that's it. A man is sharing his feelings here on YouTube. Um, Sharing what I think, what I'm going through while I'm trying to quit weed, while I'm trying to get sober. It has been 18 long days. And when I look at my calendar, and I was sober. Just a quick backstory: I smoked when I was younger. I quit when I was 28. I was sober 11 years. I started again when I was 39. Had fun for 2 years. Fun. It was I got high. And then now it's been 3 years that I've been trying to quit. To quit, really. I have quit. Did one 8 months. I did one 6 months. I did one 4 months. But in reality, I always go back to it. I always go back. It's like I don't have an outlet to speak, maybe, or to I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I just keep going back. But I do know with experience what what I need to not do, maybe. And that's what's so good about making a YouTube channel is that I go back to my shorts, my YouTube shorts that I do. A lot of them I do when I'm angry or I'm irritated or when I'm having like a certain feeling when I just stopped quitting and when I had just stopped smoking and I look back, I'm like, okay, I don't want to think like that anymore. I don't want to be like that. I'm gonna try to stay more positive than I was in that video. So what's good about this channel is I can go back and see how I was feeling on day 23 last month when I was 35 days sober and I relapsed. I smoked for 2 weeks. But now I'm back on track. I'm at day 18. And also, what I like to do is just I want to properly introduce myself because it's not I didn't just smoke weed. I started smoking weed in 2021. I quickly got an antidepressant. I started in October 2021. By April, I was seeing a doctor for an antidepressant. I got that prescribed, and I decided to also try other drugs that my friend could get me, and it was prescription drugs. I got Adderall, Concertas, and Ritalins. I would take those in the morning to wake up from my weed hangover, and then I would take Xanax, Ativan's, or another benzo that I can get my hands on for the nighttime to go to sleep and to calm everything down. Plus, I was taking my antidepressants. Plus, I was smoking weed the minute that I finished work. The days that I wouldn't work, I would smoke right away in the morning when I could. I tried to tough it out till 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, I could do it sometimes. And I would smoke every 2 hours until I'd go to bed. This happened from 2022 to 2023. 2023, I decided to quit. I quit all those prescription drugs. I just smoked weed and had my antidepressant. Ended up quitting weed as well for I think 4 months. Started up again. I finally quit for 8 months and started up again. And then last summer I finally quit for 4 months and started up again. And when I start up again, it's always in the summer. It's always when it's like nice out, and I want to like enhance the outdoorsy fun stuff. But also, what's so good about this channel is that I get to when I'm having like a feeling or an emotion or whatever that's bothering me, instead of just going crazy in my own head and watching YouTube videos on how to treat my anxiety or keeping it all inside, I can actually just vocalize it and put it on a video, and people will comment. Some people will watch, not too many, but it's really helped me. At least this time around, having, like I'm anxious right now. Okay, I was at work and I 18 days sober, and it's like the cloud is gone, and now the real world has come back. So the real world for me is I got like house repairs to do. I have a small business. I got 3 kids. They're growing up. They're going to cost a fortune. I have some money in the bank. Those kids are going to ravage my savings for sure. Um, I have to send them. I really want to send them to a private school. I want them to have just be surrounded by the best possible education that they can have during those. I think those years are so important. Those high school years are so important. It shapes the person. It shaped me. I still remember them like it was yesterday. And whether they were good or bad, they're just so they marked my life and they defined who I was for years to come. And I still am a little bit like I was in high school in certain ways, like certain my humor, maybe my sense of humor, you know. So I'm extremely stressed about just being an adult. Really, it's that's what it is. And weed has kept me. Did a great job at making me forget I was an adult. That's what it did, and I do miss it. I do miss. I do miss it. I miss it. I wish I could smoke and not suffer the consequences, which is consequences for me, which is doing nothing, which is doing nothing, feeling like shit the next day, not exercising properly, feeling unhealthy, spending money, um isolating myself from my girlfriend, from my kids, isolating myself from everything, unable to socialize when I smoke, um, unable to have my small business when I smoke. Like I can't do it. People who say they function, they're functioning at 50% of what they can function. There's no way that drug just. There's no way. There's no way. But I want to make a list. What's making me anxious? I was gonna make a list, but I don't want to go into detail. I just like to talk. I just like to talk, and it's basically, you know, my house. It's all money. It's all freaking money. That's all it is, and it often is for men, I think. And my anxiety throughout the years, and I've always had anxiety. It's always been there. I've always fought it off. I've always fought off my anxiety by working out intensely, or um, that's actually it. Working out intensely. It's the only way. Physical movement is the only way I've ever been able to, uh, and working. Physical workout and working, like working at a job to make money, so that at least I feel useful. You know, yeah, I can be anxious, I can be this, but at least I'm providing. You know, um, so I just think really it is cliche, but money can buy you at least peace, you know, just the thought that I could buy the education that my kids need, I can fix the things that I need to in my house, you know, I can retire maybe one day. So it's a big help. So that's what I have to deal with actually at the moment, and it is 11 is 10:58 p.m. on February 9th, 2006. And I finished work, and on my way to work I was just looking forward to talking in front of the camera about my current state, which is anxious. And having that on my mind really sucks. I don't like these feelings of anxiety. Um, but I try to figure out why. But it's all in relation to little things, you know, like my house needs to, like, not only my house needs some work, I have to do the work. So I'm gonna have to, like, on my days off, work more, and it's a never-ending cycle. And my kids growing up, I'm not spending time with my kids. I'm gonna be working around the house. It's spending money on repairs. It's stressful. It is stressful. It is stressful. Like I wanna. When is it gonna stop? You know. Um, Seriously, like when is it gonna stop? When it was when my kids get older, when they're 18, 19, 20, they go to university, I have to pay for other things. The cars are gonna, my cars that I have, they're not gonna last, you know, How long are they going to last? What's the next thing that's going to break? I'm just stressing myself out. I think that's what's happening. And weed was really so good at just eliminating all those thoughts and making me enjoy the moment. Really. Oh, geez, geez, geez. But also, this channel is good for people who want to watch someone like me going through certain emotions and trying to compare themselves, because a lot of people, including myself, compare to others, and I'm no exception. I will compare my life to others, people, things I see on YouTube. I'll compare myself to people at work, people who take the bus. Just I compare myself to people who are driving nice cars. Like, why don't I have that right now? Why is he's younger than me and he has, like, I'll compare. So maybe you who's watching, if you still are watching, welcome, and let me tell you that I am a mess. Not really though. Not really. Come on. Like, am I really that bad? Am I really just making a big deal out of nothing? I think it's a little bit of that. I think it's a little bit of that for sure. Um, but what worries me the most is the working part, having to work. Like, I'm getting older and working 12-hour days, 14-hour days. I mean, that's just not something I'm, not that I'm not willing to do, but it would be a nightmare. It would probably bring me back to smoking weed if I had to work uh, 12, 14 hours days. Just to get over them, I would have to smoke, I think. So I'm worried about myself in that regards. So if money is the root of all problem, which I don't, which is this, no, if money is a solution to my anxiety, having more money, more income would solve my anxiety, because I would know I'd be able to pay for the things that I want my family to have, but then I'd have to work a lot more or be more disciplined. I cannot be more disciplined than I am with my money right now. It's impossible. I don't buy anything, nothing. I eat, and I'm eating like basic stuff like oatmeal and like eggs, and there's no fancy steak here. There's nothing. I don't buy chickens pre-cooked. I'll buy a raw chicken. Well, I never buy chicken really anyway, because I hate cooking it. I'm so bad at cooking chicken. But I'll buy, like, I'll just buy potatoes. I do not, I cannot be more disciplined with my money right now. I do not make enough right now. It's been, it's going to be 3 years that I drive a bus, and I used to have a really good job, and it's because of weed. It's because of weed. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that job anymore. I was freaking smoking too much. I had to smoke to get through that job at the end. I couldn't do it. I was taking all those pills, those prescription pills. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And now my job is it's I scrape by with it. I scrape by. We do nothing. Um, Small outings with the family. Like, I go to the pool. I think it costs $7. Because it's a new pool. It's a city pool, but it's all brand new, so they charge now. So it's $7. Even that, I'm pissed off about. I'm like, why I paid enough taxes. I cannot be more disciplined. It's impossible. It's impossible. I drive super slow, not to waste gas. Um, like, there's nothing. I have an old jacket that's ripped. I'll buy clothes at the used clothes store. I don't buy new clothes. I haven't bought new clothes in forever. I go to Walmart to get the basic work pants, couple shirts. If I have stuff to spend on my business, I'll spend it because I need it and I know it's gonna pay back there. But that's it. That's it. The tires, I'll buy like good tires. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. But in the end, I got onto this video because I wanted to talk about my personal anxiety that I'm having at the moment, which is feeling better right now because of talking. So at least I have an outlet, and I guess I just shouldn't worry, because I have my health. I have my health, and I have my sobriety right now to be proud of. It's not paying the bills, but it will eventually. I don't know if that makes sense. That doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, I put myself pressure because I think I need to be a certain way. I think my parents picture me a certain way. It goes back to all that, eh? Psychology and how we think goes back to the childhood. Like my parents had a nice house, had a nice car, and I need that minimum to live. So I put that own pressure on me. I can easily go live in a small little apartment somewhere with the kids and whatever, save more money. But I have this huge, not a huge mortgage. I don't have a house. I have a little bit more than I need, but just barely more than we need. It is, I have three boys. Like, they need room. Where I lived before, we did move in 2022, but where I lived before, it was small. They had one bedroom that they need to be shared, and then there was another like closet. It was almost a walk-in closet that we turned into a bedroom. So imagine that, how I was living before. Like I've just been scraping by and been not just scraping by, been disciplined for years, years and years and years. And that's why weed was so good. I just, being so disciplined all the time, being so, at least weed would just, just forget about it. Just smoke and just forget about all that stuff. All put life on hold, really. That's what it does. Puts life on hold. And it's quite unfortunate that I can't smoke. But it is for the better. It is for the better. And I'm saying that and I sound super depressed. I've seen my old videos. I kind of, I don't mind watching my old videos. I don't mind watching myself. I'm old enough now. I don't even care, you know. So yeah, I'm just putting stress on myself, but the usual stress. 43 years old, father of three boys, got a house, mortgage, cars, have to maintain a job. My wife is perfect. She doesn't put on any extra pressure. She is playing the same game I am, which is doing the best we can. But I am thinking, when is it going to stop? I am looking forward to them like being older and being able to take care of themselves almost financially. I am looking forward to that, and it's a little bit sad because I look at old pictures and old videos and I see them so small and they're growing up, and I kind of want to relive those moments when they're small, but in the end I don't. They're memories now. Time to move on. It's nice to see. I look back at pictures. Could I have done better back in the day? I don't know. I remember everything fondly, and you know that's what kind of sucks about I guess my situation or how I feel really as a man. Like, I kind of just want my kids to grow up and just be done with it. I do, and but I gotta man up, right? But I am manning up. I'm doing it every day. I get up, I go to work, I pay my shit, I take the kids out when I can. I'm manned up. I am manned up. In the summer, I work 8 days a week. I say 8 days a week because on Thursdays I usually do a double. So I'll work like 8 hours in the morning and then another 8 hours at night. So and I work out. And now I'm eating right. I'm starting to diet a bit because I was getting fat. So I am manning up. I am manning up. 100% I am manning up. And you know what? That's making me feel pretty proud right now saying that. I am totally manning up. Um, but it's stressful. It's stressful. But I'm going to come out of this. I don't know. I'm going to come out of this stronger. So that's all I wanted to share. Really, just wanted to get on and get rid of some of that anxiety, get rid of some of those thoughts. When I get rid of them, I just speak it out, and You know, maybe someone's listening, maybe not, maybe not. But it's just nice to get it all out there. And should men talk? I don't think men should always talk about their emotions. I think we should suck it in sometimes and just man up, right? But in the end, it's nice to complain a bit or just put things in their place. But all in all, when I look at perspective and I think of everything, I'm just worried about my kids, really. Like, I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want them to feel bad. I don't want them to go through I didn't go through pain and suffering, but I can just see how tough it is growing up, you know? I It's so like being in puberty and stuff and growing up and wanting to make friends and feeling awkward and stuff. Especially my oldest kid, he's sensible, he's shy. The middle one, I'm not worried about. He's like a fighter, and the smallest one is just a scrapper. He's a scrapper. He's 3 years old. He's a scrapper. But the oldest one, I'm worried about. I'm worried about. I'm worried. I am worried, and it makes me anxious. And I'm worried. And even if I do send them to a private school, is that going to be any much better? I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe I won't send them. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. Because he doesn't really want to do sports that much, and he's a sporty guy, though, you know? Anyways, that's enough talking for now. I have to go and move on with my life, and hopefully, um, just stay sober. There's no choice now. There is no choice. But I wish I could smoke. I do. I really do. I wish I could. I wish I could. Just like anyone who really relapses, it's just to get that one moment of clarity, weed clarity. When you smoke and it has been a while, you get your thoughts become clear all of a sudden. But that's it. I'm gonna eat now. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna watch videos. I'm gonna forget about everything by scrolling and just watching stupid videos, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. That's what we're gonna do right now. That's it.